fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, wherever you are watching this program from. I welcome you and I appreciate you for being part of this very platform. Please, if you have not subscribed on this channel, kindly subscribe, like and share the program to other platforms. Make sure you click your notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this platform, you know what we do. We do not preach hate speech. We do not instigate violence. The only thing we do here is to preach freedom, to encourage the Biafran people, to speak to the world and tell the world the true situation of things in Biafra land. This platform where you are watching this program is representing the Biafra Republic of Exile, a platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nandekan. We will continue to speak the truth, nothing but the truth. If you are a lover of freedom, if you are a lover of the truth, it does not matter your tribe, your religion, your location. You are going to enjoy your stay here and we welcome you. But if you are one of those who doesn't want the truth and you don't want people to get their freedom, you will not enjoy your stay. Let us watch together and see what this brother has to say.
This topic this morning, Barrister Darlington Abdulmore, a political analyst. Good morning, Barrister Darlington.
Good morning, Fina.
Good to have you in today's show.
Good morning, Barrister.
And joining us virtually, it will be John Akirele, a farmer and a political analyst too. Barrister, we have the presidential speech again, making it to our table this morning. People's Democratic Party criticizing the 25-minute speech of the president yesterday, where he ruled out all the things his administration have achieved in 16 months. People's Democratic Party says that it's more like the president is not connected to reality or ground. What do you really make of that accusation, or what they say?
Yeah, Pina, if you look at that speech, my take is that half of what we had in that speech are the things we had last year in his previous speeches. Half of them, if you go and check, always there is light at the end of the tunnel. Always, all these speeches. Be patient, tighten your belt, we need reform, it will be very soon. Meanwhile, there's no timeline. At least if you are traveling, if you enter any aeroplane today and you are traveling, you will hear ETA, estimated time of arrival. You have an idea. Then if you have your phone, you call your guests or whoever you are going, look, we are arriving at such time. It is normal, natural. If there's any timeline, you will not say, okay, maybe by this time we will not. At least, when he made this speech last year, if he had given us a timeline, we say, okay, in the next 6 months, so thing will happen. We'll not look forward to it, but here, nothing. It's just a very bogus speech with nothing to attach to it, nothing, no attachment. And I'm telling you authoritatively, by next year, what you had this year, you are going to hear half of it next year. Since there is no timeline, nothing. I was expecting to hear in that speech, just like I said yesterday, that look, by so time, Ajokuta Steel Complex will start working. Then you show us templates that people are working there to revive that place. Or we book all those capital projects. If you don't do all those, please, where will you not get the employment? Where will you get the employment? That's why when they make this problem, I will ask myself, how are you going to fulfill it?
But Barrister, talking about the Jokuta mill, don't you think that will also be more like other promises that this administration have made, or even the government have made, and they are yet to fulfill it? Remember that NNPC refineries in Nigeria are yet to work, and APC government have been promising Nigerians, have been shifting the goalposts, telling us it will start this week, it will commence next month, and up until now, nothing is yet to show that.
Well,
so
we have. Okay.
Why will you not believe in this one he's promising now?
Okay.
That's the issue.
We're also being joined by John Akirele, who joins us from Japan. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Moses. Good morning to viewers all over the globe. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. Well, we saw Nigerians celebrate Nigeria's independence. How was it like where you are? Because in New York yesterday, it was funfair all the way. Nigerians in New York were jubilant. It was celebrating. It was more like a carnival over there, flying the Nigerian flag. They had reasons to celebrate. But Nigerians back home had had a different reaction to Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary. In fact, people were accusing other people of not feeling the pinch of the hardship when they wished them happy Independence Day. Nigerians showed a lot of anger back home. What was it like? Do you belong to the Nigerian community over there?
Moses, I envy the likes of Nigerians in New York City. They can throw the flag around and jubilate and dance and make it a carnival. Why? Because they're in a country where security is top-notch, where infrastructure, is top-notch, where they don't owe them their salaries, where their minimum wage is not 70,000 naira. And so they have more than enough reason why they can jubilate and wave the flag. But tell them to come back home and wave such a flag. They won't be able to do that. And the joy you see on their faces in New York, you cannot see that joy on the face of people on the street of Lagos. Having said that, Moses, let's go to the speech of Mr. President. For me as a person, there are some words that when we say, we should be careful when we say those words. Words like our heroes past, our founding fathers, they'll be happy seeing us at this stage. So let me ask all of you in the studio, Moses, as a Nigerian and a patriotic one at that, will you say that our forefathers will be duly happy indeed with the state at which the country is now? In terms of security, will you say this is how our forefathers left us? Have we improved on it, or we have bastardized it with our own greedy nature? In terms of education, will you say the quality of education our forefathers left, is that the same quality of education we are having now? In terms of our economy, I can remember those days where we talk about pounds, as the Yorubas will call it, and the exchange rate then, is that the same exchange rate right now? Fourth, the high cost of governance, is it the same way it is then? It was then, is it the same way it is now? And so these are indicators to tell you that our heroes past are actually disappointed, and down in the grave they are crying, and they wish they can come back to help.
All right, John. Let me stay with you on this. The PDP has come out to say that, look, the president's speech was filled with empty promises. I don't know if you will share the idea, considering that the president also reeled out the achievements of the administration. I mean, he talked about raising the external reserve from 33 to 37 billion dollars just in 16 months. He also talked about attracting $30 billion worth of foreign direct investment into Nigeria. He said a few things about how Nigeria has moved up. He said he's a reformer, that this administration has come to reform. Do you still, considering all of this, do you still agree with what the PDP said, that the speech was filled with empty promises?
Okay, let me add to what you have said. The president have also said that over 300 Boko Haram leaders have been killed in terms of security. The president have also said that there's also an assembly plant that can assemble tractors, and over 2,000 tractors will be assembled. That's on the area of agriculture, and that they're going to disburse fertilizers. Now, those are things that people cannot feel the effect. Now, let's even go to the area of agriculture. I've been saying this for over 10 years now, and I keep saying it. Now, we need to have a holistic approach in terms of agricultural revolution and look at some of our states that are thriving in terms of agriculture and see how we can have an agricultural framework around those states so that those states will be the feeding basket of the Federation and also West Africa generally. That have not been done. The Anchors Borrowers Program that said that you have empowered over 1 million farmers. Now we are still talking about food scarcity and food insecurity in the country, that over 1 million farmers have been empowered. These are question marks on these policies and that should be rejected. Now, if you look at the area of food, inflation, food pricing, all of these are things that the government needs to look holistically and ask themselves, what can we do? I've said it as a number. All commissioners of agriculture in all of 36 states should be a member of a cabinet that looks at agricultural framework and how we can feed ourselves. Let me ask you, out of all the agricultural products that we produce when the country was still stable, when security was still top-notch, how many of those agricultural commodities are we self-sufficient in production? Not to talk of now that we have so many insecurity within the agricultural sector.
All right, John.
So for me, If people say that to you, that's the PDP. But for me, as a Nigerian, I'm not impressed.
Okay, John, let me still stay with you on that. Shouldn't the president be encouraged, considering that, I mean, he's done this little within 16 months? You know that Nigeria, like any other country, like every other country, is a work in progress. And he has said, look, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Should the PDP be playing politics with the presidential speech, or should they be supporting the president to ensure that, look, all hands are on deck to move Nigeria forward?
I think for the PDP also, the PDP are also part of the people that have brought us into this mess. Don't forget that the PDP have ruled this country for about 16 years. APC have done 8 years under Buhari. And I hope by the time Tinubu finish his own 4 years or 8 years, making 16 years, then I wonder what those two political parties will say to themselves. That you have run the country aground for 16 years as the PDP, 8 years is going to their 9th year now, if not to the 10th year. And let's also wait to the 16 years of APC and see if they will bring us out of these shackles. But for me, what I think we should do as Nigerians, irrespective of our political affiliations, is to look at the issues on ground and ask ourselves the critical questions. Can we not play politics with the issue of Nigeria? Can we stay the way it is? And for me, one thing that I think we should all take to the bank is that accountability, transparency, and consequences for our actions. Let's not see administration, either the PDP administration or the APC administration, as an administration that rewards incompetency. Somebody who was found to have been sharing palliatives that was meant for the constituent as a birthday gift. Instead of such person to be in jail, that person now has a higher portfolio. What is that saying to the general public? What are you portraying as a leader? What kind of leadership are you portraying to the followers? You are saying to them, we are doing this to you, you can go to hell with all that you have to do. So for me, we should be conscious of what we do. That's all right. Two, my brother, is that we should cut down the cost of governance. This administration have not shown any effort in cutting down the cost of governance. And that for me, it doesn't make any sense. Lastly, Moses, before you come in, if you have increased the salaries of our judicial officers by 300%, how come we cannot have that of the National Labour Congress workers also to be 300% increase so that it can reflect the reality on ground and Nigerians can smile?
All right. Well, the arguments would be the civil servants are more in number in comparison to the judicial officials. I guess that would be part of the argument. Now, let me come back to Barrister Darlington in the studio here. Well, we took time to itemize the president's speech, broke it down so we could look at it bit by bit. I would like us to have that one on the screen now. The president did say, yes, the first part there is talking about reforms. It says, our country attracted foreign direct investment worth more than $30 billion in the last year. So does this reflect the truth of the matter? Should this bring some sort of succor to the minds of Nigerians?
Moses, when it comes to economic permutations, you don't need to lie about it because the figures don't lie.
You think these are lies?
Moses, is it not obvious? Can't you see it? If you have done all this, why did it not reflect in the economy? Tell me. Why did it not reflect in the economy? Okay, he mentioned all the things. These are internal matters. The external debt, did he tell you how much we are owing now and how much you have paid? He was just going on percentage. As of today, how much is Nigeria owing? He didn't mention it at all.
Well, I think that's somewhere, but I can't get my hands to it.
No, he didn't mention it. He didn't. I listened to the speech. He never said this is how much we are owing now and how much he himself had borrowed since he came into office. These are things that will now tell you whether he's moving forward or backwards.
24 trillion.
Yes, you cannot pay your debt that you are owing, your debt of 10 naira that you are owing. You now go and borrow 30 naira. Are you not still in debt? Moses, can you justify it? I was expecting him to read out on it. Since he wants to tell us figures, he would have read out everything so that we can compare notes. For each 1 naira he pays back, you go and borrow 10 naira. Is that progress? No, tell me, is that progress? Let him mention the debt we are owing so that I will now say, okay, yeah, this man is very careful with money. You know, he's managing the money very well. So all those things does not add up at all. It doesn't. The 30 trillion naira ways, I mean, did they even tell us how that money left CBN? How CBN was able to bring out a 30 trillion naira and give to somebody against the rules and regulations guiding the CBN Act? These are issues now.
So why do you think this administration was swift to paying off the 30 trillion
in fact,
without bringing anybody to book?
In fact, my sister, that is what is paining me as I talk to you now. I don't know why people have not taken him on. This 30 trillion, how come the thing left CBN? How come? How did it come out from that place? Ways and means. You are not supposed to borrow more than 1 trillion naira. And before you can even borrow another, you must have paid that 1 trillion. That is what the act says. So I should clap for Tinubu now for paying the money without telling us how the money came about, who took it, what they took it for. I mean, it's so funny.
Thank you for listening. Please share this program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Reach out to anybody you can reach out to so that we can be able to fight this battle to a winning. I appreciate you. Thank you for being part of the program and stay blessed. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity and equity. We move. Airborne.